This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we have a special occasion. We're going to be reviewing together Giorgio Armani's Prive range, which is the Haute Couture collection of Giorgio Armani, this time called Shine. I guess we can imagine what shine could mean. Well, you never know. Sometimes fashion designers surprise us. Lately, though, most of the time they don't. But let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Giorgio Armani Prive Shine Fall Winter 21-22 collection. It is the Haute Couture collection of Giorgio Armani. He who is still kicking butt, working, and still very active in the fashion world and community, which is amazing. Before we get to the fashion show and analyze it together, might I remind you to thumb up this video if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together on Patreon. Join me on Patreon and gain access to extra perks. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. And thank you to my co-reviewers in the chats. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience, meaning I live stream every Saturday. You're all invited to join me in my live streams that happen every Saturday where these videos get filmed live. So we all get to interact while we're filming them. Just turning my screen here so I can see the chats better. I'm kind of excited for this show. Mind you, the video falls under fair use YouTube. It's taken from the Armani YouTube channel. I have, however, changed the music. It's not the original music from the show because that is copywritten. So I have added copyright-free music on top. I hope you're going to enjoy the music anyway. The original fashion show also had music playing during the show, so I just tried to work something out. All right, to make it kind of fit the mood of this Prive, Giorgio Armani Prive line, let's hit it, shall we? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Bree, or Bree Arder. Thank you. House environment. I still don't understand why some bitches have masks on, some don't. In the audience, so irritating. Wear your masks. Just because you think you're dressed nice so you could... Look at that Oompa Loompa with the red coat. Put a mask on. Oh, whatever. Okay. So, oh, look how the ass is tailored. Yes. So she's walking through this little apartment. Oh, I don't know, with the pants. You see, as she walks, she gets all those little wrinkly lines on the side, but the butt is tailored to perfection. So Shine is the title, and I guess this is what the shine is going to be. It's all about these textiles, which are... Oh, she looks very Italian. Oh, look at those shoulders. You guys know an Italian singer called Laura Pausini? To me, Giorgio Armani, this looks like a younger Laura Pausini meets some French actress. It's very... Laura Pausini is now a little bit more advanced in age, but she still looks amazing. It's very Laura Pausini-esque, the look of his models, and I think Laura Pausini is always the one who wore and still wears Giorgio Armani best. End of my parenthesis. So we have the shine and the glow, very Italian, very sleek, very dry in a way. That's typical for Armani. Armani is known for that. You either like it or you don't like it. The pants that we just saw, very genie in a bottle. Black velvets mixed with the shiny pants. It's an interesting duality going on there, not for everyone's liking, or not to everyone's liking. A little bit difficult for me, but it seems like it's a repetition of something. Let's see how far he takes it with the shine throughout this collection. Oh, the pixie haircut, super cute. Oh, giving me a little bit sexy, sexies. Freud would have a lot to say about this. 60s vibes and the glitz and the glamour. Now, the shine here with the opening pants, oh, look at that. It's giving us moiré effect, or the effect of moiré, which is a particular type of silk. Could be also satin, woven in a way to look like water. In this case, that's not the case, but the way that she moves and the way that the fabric flows, it does give us the effect of water and the effect of moiré. Now, these textiles are probably silks, probably maybe also some synthetics, modern futuristic synthetics, mixed with chiffons, mixed with rayons, mixed with a lot of different textiles that contribute to creating these water effects and shine, which has a flow to it. It can be beautiful, but it also can be difficult to pull off if you don't have the right body type. You see how boxy this looks? It's interesting, but also, you know, I don't know. Oh, this looks like a Kate Blanchett, that kind of, you know, it's like, hey guys, it's me. It's a Kate Blanchett type. Of course, Kate Blanchett, when Kate Blanchett wears Armani, she wears Armani. It also looks a little bit like Scarlett Johansson, doesn't she? The model, not it, she, sorry. I was mixing up the outfit with the person. The way this flows is fascinating because these pants are stiff. They feel very stiff, but they also flow at the same time. Now, Giorgio Armani is a master of architectural designing within garments. So it's fascinating to see also with the earrings, how they flow. It's kind of this like playing with stiff and fluid, which is very conceptual. You know, you either like it or you don't. Oh, there's a little bit of zigzagging chevron going on the jacket, a little bit Twin Peaks-ish. Very Armani, that jacket. The jacket is very stiff. The skirt is very flowy. Oh, actually, those are pants. And then there's leggings underneath. So I'm seeing, okay, so we're having this duality constantly, right? Stiff, or like rigid, flowing, rigid, flowing, rigid, flowing. And the same applies to the textiles, which, okay, in this case, there's the chevron going on there as well. In this case, it is less of a shine. It's interesting how he gave the beige and earthy tones and hues to the black models, and to the white models he kind of gave more of the blue hues. And now we're changing it up a little. We also have the beige tone here arriving on a very pale model. Interesting contrast. This is almost like a floral pattern. This is giving me early 80s vibes. It's like, oh, the clutch. I've been telling you, the clutch is coming back. It's giving me early 80s vibes. It's giving me Armani going back to his roots, even though utilizing textiles that would have not been used back then because technology with textiles wasn't as advanced. Who knows what we're going to have in 10, 20 years from now. I mean, they're already working on mushrooms. I've been talking about this in my other videos. Look at that woman with that leg. What you doing there, girl? Showing off your little leg there in the audience. I've been talking about this in my other video about the mushrooms. You know, the textile industry is working with mushrooms to create shoes and garments out of them instead of leather. Something quite sustainable in many ways. We're still, I think, light years away from implementing all of that and creating sustainable fashion, because fashion just ain't sustainable, no matter how you look at it, because fashion keeps reproducing itself and you have to keep buying, and it needs you to keep buying in order for it to survive. So it's not like you find the love of your life outfit in this collection and then you never have to buy another outfit again. That's not how fashion works. It's going to make you feel the FOMO. It's going to make you want to buy more. Over the top costume jewelry. Is it costume jewelry? Because it's not Couture collection. Maybe it is haute joaillerie. I don't know. Maybe, but it looks a little bit overdone. He's a master of cutting, tailoring. So you do see the beautiful shoulder pads positioned at the extremities of the shoulders. The beautiful cutout. A lot of these textiles are very reminiscent in their patterns, at least, how they're stitched and embroidered, very reminiscent of the 60s, except the light, delicate, pastel-y hues of the color palette are very much today, but also quite 80s. The embroidery here, I mean, it's a little bit much, isn't it? No, it gives us a little bit. Oh, that bodice is to die for. That's really beautiful. This is a good one. Oh, like a flower in the back. That's gorgeous. That was really gorgeous. Oh, now we're getting little nymph, little, you know, from the forest. The dress kind of blends into her. She blends into the dress. It's very flowy. This one as well. All of these are very much Nicole Kidman red carpet ready. This one here, classic Nicole Kidman. You could see her on a red carpet with this, wouldn't you? Typical. This little frizzy moment, that's very Nicole with the, yeah, Nicole Kidman. I see you, Nicole. Here the shine is expressed through little tiny Swarovskis added here. Oh, okay, this is a Mina moment. This is something Mina would have worn in the 60s. Classic 60s moment. It's so bizarre how and we're seeing this in fashion lately a lot, this mixing, the 80s were, for example, a huge clash. The 80s had everything in them, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. And now we're kind of reliving that moment, but through more woke eyes. So we don't have that pop type of 80s. You know, the 80s did the 40s, the 80s did the 30s, the 50s. Now we have the 2000s, now we have the 20s doing all of that again, with it in a 20s way, vision of the future. Oh, the shine of this piece. Another very 60s look. Look at how this is tailored and cut. It's gorgeous, borderline tacky because it glitzes in a way that it's just too much, you know? Maybe catered to a certain part of the world rather than another because there's certain preferences when it comes to the glitz and the glamour, depending on the culture. No judgment, but just fact. But you see, he also delivers pastel, muted, mattified colors, not just shine. Of course, there's a shine in the beading and the sequined hand appliques. You see? Oh, how the derriere. Oh, yes, that is tailoring. Yeah. Also very floral with the front cut. Oh, that tush. Yes, queen. Giving me the vibes. Okay, that's a lip. Now, so this one, no. All of these like layers and textures. 2YK, anybody? Early 2000s, right? It's giving me a little bit that. So the 2020s giving us reinterpreting all of these other decades and moods. Oh, that's beautiful. The bodice, it's like open, it has that metal structure to keep the corset in place with that slit cut all the way to the bottom. Ooh. This is very 80s, but like in a very modern way. Beautiful, floral. It's a flower. It's very, very floral. Really, really beautiful. Well, this is when the model is too beautiful for any outfit. Like, how gorgeous is she? Like, no matter what you put on her, she's too beautiful for it. Wasn't she just gorgeous? Okay, we've seen something similar at Balenciaga, not in the terms of shine, but the pant from the front, skirt from the back. We've seen that opposite, I think. We had the skirt front, pant in the back. So we have that sort of, that's also very 80s eclectic type of playing with layers and genders as well. All right, so this type of shoe is a classic Italian type of shoe. We see that a lot also back in the, remember Rocco Barocco? Classic Rocco Barocco, but also very Armani. She's a little bit stiff in the way she's walking, but the way the dress flows, look what he did there. It's stiff in the upper part and the lower part is alive as if it were a jellyfish. It's classic Armani. He manages to do that, you know? He creates movement within stiffness. Okay, she's taking it a little bit too seriously, poor thing, but cute nevertheless. The walk was a little bit too stiff. For that dress in particular. Yeah, she's more cool and chill. You see, she's like, yeah, it's me, you guys. I'm not really feeling too much of the glittery aspects, you know, but the collection is called Shine. What are you gonna do? I was just hoping, well, the clutch. There you go. I'm telling you, the clutch. I was just hoping, oh, okay, shine. Let's see how many interpretations of shine can we get. Thus far, I've seen two. One with kind of mattified, muted fabrics on which they applied crystals and pearls and whatever stuff it is to make it glitz. And the second version was where the fabric was woven in materials that give you a metallic shine effect. Those are the only two versions of shine he offered us thus far in the show. So I am a little bit let down because, you know, you promise a lot when you say shine, but then you deliver the two versions of shine. But shine has much more to it. You could have done way more of a research. Now, Armani's also, you know, been working for many, many years. So at a certain point, you're also like, you know, I do what I do, take it or leave it. That floral part here on the belly, no, it cheapens the whole. They should have just let that out and just kept it as simple. It's not a simple piece, but you know. Okay, now this maybe can give me a new level of shine that I haven't seen yet, because the way the skirt or the dress moves, it creates an illusion of the refraction of lights when you kind of shed it onto a crystal. So that is kind of an interesting interpretation of shine. Gotta hand it to him for that one. Similar case with this gown. It is futuristic in a very retro way. It's like an 80s. Yeah, it's today's rendition of the 80s. That's kind of what it makes me feel. And it's not bad at all. Again, model more beautiful than the dress, that's always dangerous. Now we're kind of repeating ourselves because it's kind of a 7th, 8th rendition of the same dress with slight variations and details. This is very early 90s. This is giving me... No, this is late 90s actually. This is right before the 2000s began. It's kind of a reference to the late 90s. Here we have early 80s, but the revisited shoulders for today's standards. It's actually a 40s shoulder. This one also, 30s, 40s shoulder with 80s vibes. This is with the early 2000s vibes, especially because of the top crop here. But the shoulder pads are giving us Blade Runner, which was also retro 30s, 40s. The Kate Blanchett with Scarlett Johansson baby, which is the model, the baby child of the two, is serving up another, I guess, version of shine, which is not really, it's sparkle again, but with a webbing and a net. And interesting that he only went there once with that type of garment, and she passed by and it's over. I haven't seen another one similar. So again, we have this almost the genie in a bottle moment again. They're very 60s. This is very 60s. Almost a little bit Pucci. Ah, there he is, Giorgio. Oh man, you did get older, didn't ya? You're still cute. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, cute. And there we are at the end of our journey of the Giorgio Armani Prive line. What do you guys think? Stephanie says, overall, I like the collection. Rara says, yeah, it was fugly. Once was enough. I guess with the repetition of the same dress. Jam says, oh my God, he's so old now. He got old, didn't he? But he's so cute. He looks a little bit like a turtle in the best of ways, and I love turtles. So this was not meant as a read. Tom says, Giorgio is aging very well. Well, he's a little lifted, though. Clap, 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 says Jack. You liked it, Jack. Ollie says, it's not easy wearing these gorgeous colors after a certain age, but I would totally indulge in these. Hello Kitty, hello Skitty says, I liked it. Sharon says, yikes, that's a no for me, dog. Sidonie Sarah says, I love me some Armani, always been a favorite of mine. Jack says, I wish it had gone in a celestial shine direction towards the end. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do too. VCA Jewelry Love says, loved the blazers. Dixie Smitherman says, I loved every piece. Julie Scott says, very nice. Jana S says, my dad is a Giorgio Armani lookalike. Paris Amaro says, fabrics are fantastic. Rara Avis says, no, the stringy thing. Oh, you didn't like the stringy thing, Rara. That was the fugly piece you said. Medium Harvard says, the colors, the deliciousness. Yes, but no, says, it's acceptable, but not amazing couture. No shade, though. A Lie to Me 101 says, beginning was good. Medium Harvard says, the colors, deliciousness. I read that one already. Sorry, guys. Jack says, it could have been a concept of a dying star. Yeah, but he should have pushed that even more. It could have been more dramatic. He could have gone there. It would have been interesting. Jay says, early pixie hair looks remind me of Tao Li from Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace. Jesus says, dated fashion made out of shiny materials. Not a single good look. So boring. Jack Dean says, or a neutron star. Orange Peel says, love the pleating and the watercolor fabrics. Hector Perez Villegas says, love the rounded shoulder pads. Yeah, those were very masterful. I love those too. Rara says, I loved the indigo water dress. Tom says, the man is 89 years old. He's carrying himself with a lot of grace and looks amazing. Oh, thank you so much for donating, Mia.
Mia donated $4.81. Some of the blazers were nice, but everything else would be a no for me. The cuts of those pieces would be doing my figure no favors.
Yeah, I see. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much for donating, though. Thank you. Woo! This is sparkle and shine, too. Leslie Craven says, turtles. Some of the fabrics spectacular. Jack says, something about the future. It did feel Blade Runner-esque if Blade Runner was set in a pastel-hued future. I was missing a couple of 40s. If they did the Blade Runner, the hair up and rounded, the 40s hairdos, that would have been maybe better styling for this look, for this show. Because it would have given a bit more strictness to the flowiness of some of the pieces. Kevin says, where's the taste level? Very Mother of the Bride. Jack says, I really want to find out what the fabrics are made of. Old Palm City says, beautiful, much better than Balenciaga. Beautiful clothes and women. Balenciaga looked like a freak show. Well, the models were particularly chosen for Balenciaga. These ladies were all beautiful models. There was absolutely no twist there. They were just beautiful, canonically beautiful models. May says, there were quite a few dresses that I would love to wear. Jack says, the sculpted collars were very interesting. Yes, they were super interesting and very, very complex. Letty says, please allow me to send love and recognition to my vampire brothers. Thank you. Mohart says, she looked like a mermaid caught in a net. Yeah, but a mermaid caught in a net that didn't really care for being caught in a net. She was still being flawless. Rara says, as you can see, I'm very sophisticated. My knowledge of fashion, stringy thing, sorry. No, but it explained the point. Tom says, several trousers and jackets. I'd buy it if I had the cash. BB says, I thought it was pretty. Jack says, if I could do that level of work at 89, I would be proud. I agree. So Belvedere says, I liked the colors. Daniel says, I am too fat for those fabrics. Jesus says, that old man ain't doing shite. Oh no, I think of course he's not making the stuff by hand. He has a whole team, people working for him, but he's supervising everything, overseeing everything, and I'm sure he still sketches stuff out. Jack says, he stood up though, that's a lot of effort, right? Paige Debo says, I like the nude tulle looks. The other stuff, boletos and two-piece sets in satin with jewels, was way too nouveau riche New Jersey grandma for me, lol. Deb says, yep, right behind you, Jack. Yeah, that he stood up, that's a lot of work. Holy Grace says, Mr. Armani looks great. 89 years old, wow. BB's, these chats, they keep running after me and running away from me. What's the point thingy. This is BB. Miriam says, the shawl that looked like a net made me think of a pretty spider's web. Like a delicate spider had been transformed into a woman, and she took a piece of her web to make a shawl. Oh, that's so poetic. That's beautiful. YSW says, the models are a little too skinny. Would love to see how those outfits would look like on a more round body. Daniel says, I loved this collection. Jack says, the metallic fabric worked better on the wide cut trousers. Daniel says, I honestly don't think that the models need to be so thin. Those dresses would be fine on a normal sized woman. Paris Amaro says, love Monsieur Armani. Leslie Craven says, the cut on the Armani jacket is exceptional all throughout the years. Even now, I would sell a kidney for an Armani jacket. Maybe not right off the runway, but yes, to ready to wear. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumb up this video, become a member today or a patron, and amongst many perks, get your name in the credits at the end of every video. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, superdacob all spelled together. You can also follow me on my Chanel journey. We love the word journey, don't we? My Chanel collection Instagram profile is called Coco Chanel is in my house. And then the other Instagram profile I curate is called Coco Chanel is in my house. No, that's the one I just said. Coco Chanel Prive, all spelled together, dedicated to the life of Coco Chanel. I hope you've enjoyed traveling through Shine in the Armani Prive collection, Haute Couture Fall Winter 21/22. If you have, keep on dreaming. If it made you dream, of course. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.